Hey guys, Ty with Cincy Diesel Repair. It's been a while. Things got busy again. School started. I am a school bus mechanic full time, so you know I hate going back to school as much as the kids do. Anyway, I forgot to make a video on the final assembly of the white F-350 and it running and everything like that. I got in a hurry to get it back to the dealership. So anyway, long story short, I put it together. It fired up. No issues. What was there? I had something. Oh, I had one of the lines on the injection pump. Forgot to tighten it down. I had loosened it up, moved something out of the way, and forgot to tighten it back down, so couldn't get the system to prime. And other than that, everything went back together completely fine. Once I tightened the line back down, it fired right up, ran. I'd put about 250 miles on it, took it back to the dealer. They've had it for a little while now, and I know they've been driving it around, so everything's been fine. No check engine lights, no goofy stuff going on. Man, the sun never uses. All right, Cummins. So anyway, that truck's done, back together, back at the dealership. Not exactly as far into it as I would have liked to have gone. I would like to at least pulled the camshaft and checked it. It's better to mic it and inspect it outside the motor than to just visually check it, even with a bore scope. That's just me. But anyway, I mean, it seems to be running fine, so that's good. So today, I want to let you guys know about the white truck, and today we're in my truck, which is a 2010 Dodge Ram 6.7 Cummins. It's got 264,000 miles on it, 6-speed, and I believe I got a water pump leaking. And so I'll run you through how to change a water pump on one of these 6.7 Cummins, and it's the same for a 5.9 Cummins. Super easy. I mean, easiest water pump to change. So let me get the hood open and I'll show you guys what's going on. Okay, so again, 2010, 264,000. I've had the truck since it had about 80,000 on it. I can't remember doing this water pump ever, but I could be wrong on that. But if I did it, I've only done it once, I know that. So it's pretty much a bone stock truck, other than a few things are missing. Make it run better. It's tuned, but I just use it to haul some equipment and daily drive it sometimes, except now that I got the old Marrow here. Gets a little better fuel mileage. Well, gas is cheaper, let's put it that way. But you know, I don't think I ever told you guys that, but I was on my way to work back in March, and a massive buck ran out of the woods right here and just rolled down the side of this sucker and did $15,000 in damage to this truck. But my buddy took it to the body shop he works at. They got it all straightened up. I mean, this cab corner was smashed, twisted. This door was gapped out about that far. That whole front end, that front fender was destroyed. The bed was smashed completely in. I mean, he just rolled down this sucker. He was a big boy. But they got her all painted back up and looking good, so looks like a pretty good truck for 264,000. So anyway, I came out of a restaurant last Saturday and noticed a puddle on the blacktop right about here. And as soon as I looked up under here, let's see if it's still there, I could see drips. It hasn't been running for a while, so Yep, there you can see it dripping right off the idler, or the tensioner right there. See that drip? Right, it's right there. So yeah, you can see right here, except I'm too damn close on the bar. There was a drip, so I immediately identified it as coolant. And just from experience, if you look at, either got too much light or not enough light, it's like a lose-lose situation here. If you look at the pulley, this, not the tensioner, not this guy, but that one right there above the tensioner, that's the water pump. And so usually what happens is the bearings go out in the water pump, which I have been hearing a strange noise. Look at that mud dauber nest. Anyway, I've been hearing a strange noise. I think it was the bearings going out in the water pump. Starts leaking through the bearings with a weep hole, and started leaking on me. Good news is I caught it fast. It got nowhere close to overheating. Matter of fact, you know, coolant wise, it's just right at the low mark on the reservoir bottle. The radiator's full. So, and I run, this thing's got Prestone Command SCR, or was it pre-charged? Let's see, I think I got some in here. I also use this a lot of times, but that's not what's in that truck. This is the Fleet Charge by Peak. Same thing, Prestone makes a, there it is. Shit everywhere. Here it is, it's empty. So that's what this in this truck is, the Prestone Command Heavy Duty Coolant SCA Pre-Charged Extended Life. This is what we use in the heavy duty diesel engines. So that's what's in my truck. It's been in my truck for, actually I just changed it a while back, so it's probably got 50,000 on it. But I mean, I've run them 100,000, 110, 120,000 with that on there, or that stuff in there. And this stuff's just as good. The Peak Fleet Charge. And then there's, you know, it's SCA pre-charge. It's kind of a matter of, I think Walmart carries this one. Sometimes you can find this one. So anyway, either one's good. But let's get this thing off here, which super simple. First thing, of course, is drain the coolant. Then we're going to get down to the belt tensioner, which is, there's the water pump right there. And then the tensioner just below it. So we're going to get the belt off, pull the belt completely out, because you do not want to get coolant on it, or it'll squeak for the rest of your life. And two, sorry for moving the camera around so much, but I'm not going to keep hitting the pause button. I'm kind of in a hurry. So on the driver's side here, that's your drain. So we're going to drain the coolant. That's actually an Allen fitting in the center. I don't remember what size this is on the outer, but usually it'll strip anyway. You got to use pliers or whatever. So let's get the coolant drained, get the belt off, and then I'll go from there. Most people can go from there. Okay, so I removed the tensioner just so, number one, you guys can see a little better, and number two, it really is kind of easier to get the belt off just by pulling the tensioner. But first you need a 3/4 ratchet. It's easier to go up here underneath, right about there, and get at the tensioner, get the belt loose, 13 millimeter, pull this sucker off. And I put some pressure on the cooling system, and with the tensioner off, you can see clearly, there it is, leaking right out of the bearings. The weep hole's over here, kind of, but water pump bad. So we're going to drain the system and get that sucker off. And like I said, you come right under the truck here, AC compressor, fluid dampener, and the tensioner bolts right here. You get your 3/4 inch ratchet on there, take the tension off the belt, get the belt loose, take a 13, pull that tensioner out of your way, and then on the top of here, up here on the top, it's kind of tight. You got to wiggle the belt out from behind the fan pulley where that connects. But other than that, super simple. Just get the belt out of the way. But definitely water pump shot. So let's show you how to remove it. Okay, so the coolant's drained. Now here's your water pump, and let's see if I can get this. You have two 10mm bolts to get this thing out. One right there, and then there's one there. You can see the top one right there, bottom one right there. Real easy, right at an angle from each other. So I'm gonna zip those out and get it out of the way. Okay, so got the bolts out. See the top one, maybe. My light kind of moved on me here. So the top one's out, bottom one's out. Let me see if I can pull this thing out of here one-handed. There we go. Well, I dropped it. Okay, so there it is. It's not a big guy, and this one has been changed. I'm gonna bet I changed this when I did the cylinder head gasket, which was let's see, 30. I'm gonna say about 50,000. I got out of this. I'm pretty sure that's when I changed it now. There's an O-ring right here. The new one comes with it. You know, I don't really, it's hard to do this one-handed. It's not exactly the most. Oh yeah. Yeah, you can feel the bearing in it's not right. But you know, I don't remember doing this, and I bought one from O'Reilly the other day with the plastic fins, and I thought that's the first one I've ever bought with the plastic fins, and I thought, well, I'll try it on my personal truck, because there's quite a price difference a lot of times between the plastic and the metal fin. So I thought, well, I'll try it on my personal truck, and that way if it's junk, I'll know not to, you know, tell people don't buy the plastic fin aftermarket shit. But yeah, you can feel the loose. It's shaky. You can hear it. Anyway, let me get the other one out of the truck, the new one, put them side by side, and see if it's not the same damn one, if I can find a marking on it. Here's the one I got from O'Reilly's, a Murray. Same basic thing, plastic propeller. Looks very similar. The only thing I noticed different is this is the weep hole. So, you know, long story short, if this thing starts to go bad and this is mounted up against the motor like that, you're going to start to see coolant dripping from here. It gives a place, and it's basically, if you follow this passage down, it's leaking past the seals and the bearings in here, and it's coming out the weep hole. First indication of water pump's going bad. This one, it's like filled in. That's not like crud or anything. I tried to scrape it. That's solid metal, but it's not like a good casting. It's like, I don't know. That's weird. That's why it wasn't coming out of the weep hole. It couldn't. It's coming out of the bearings up in here, up inside there. So anyway, you know, maybe it is the same pump, maybe it's not. This one was like 75 bucks. Now I know the ones I buy direct from Cummins can be like $223. I know you can get the metal propeller shaft for, you know, probably on Amazon or other place you can get it for 70, 80, 90. So, you know, it's up to you. I drove up to O'Reilly, picked it up off the shelf. This one, I don't remember. Obviously, it's a cheap aftermarket, but you know, I got 50 or 60,000 miles out of it. So, is it worth the difference in price? That's up to you guys. So it'll come with this O-ring, which of course is in there. Maybe I can get it out. Right there. That's it. You put the O-ring in. Make sure it stays in. It fits in that channel. Put it back down in there, bolt it in, torque it to the specs, or to tight if that's how you prefer. Put your belt back on. I'm gonna flush this cooling system because I honestly don't remember how long it's been, but oops, doesn't look too bad. It's still pink, purple-ish, but I'm gonna go ahead and flush it. I'll put the flush in it and drive it to work and back tomorrow. That's about 50 miles. Now, when you're filling the cooling system on these, this vent, it's a Allen. Take this thing out and fill at the radiator until coolant starts to come out of that vent, and then stick your plug back in. That will take care of any air bubbles in the system. If you don't take that vent out, you're going to get an air bubble in the system. And the older ones don't have that vent. Not the 6.7, the old 5.9s. And then this, I got to get the coolant out of the reservoir bottle. But other than that, guys, pretty simple. Stick it back on, stick the belt back on. If you're going to put coolant in it, just put coolant in it. And away you go. Alright guys, I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. There's going to be a video coming out on this one here real soon. Matter of fact, I'm getting ready to start on it tonight. 0864 with a bad miss, smoking. I don't know yet if it's injectors or what. I'm getting ready to look at it for the first time, and I'll be recording it. It'll probably come out after the video on my truck. So thanks again for watching, guys. Appreciate it.